Hello and welcome to K-Stop, Fuse's K-pop podcast. Hey guys, this is Jeff Benjamin, and as always, I'm joined by the K-pop's pride of queens, Tina Zhu, and Jersey's K-pop pride, Adrienne Stanley, a special guest today.
Welcome, Adrienne.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Special edition of K-Stop.
Yes, a very special edition. You know, Adrienne is our first, she's not necessarily the first co-host of K-Stop, but she is our first K-pop expert in this field. So, Adrienne, thank you so much for joining us. It's going to be... It's an exciting week. We were already saying it's a little kind of a crazy week. But for those who don't know, give us an introduction. Tell us about yourself and where you're coming from.
My name is Adrienne Stanley. I live in Bound Brook, New Jersey, which is kind of in the middle of nowhere, basically near New Brunswick.
Okay.
If you know New Brunswick, Rutgers University, I can
Rutgers.
see Rutgers pretty close to home.
Shout out to Rutgers.
But I'm coming today from Montclair, New Jersey, and which is picturesque and fun. I adore K-pop. I love K-pop. It's one of my passions, and also Korean drama, just Hallyu in general. I started listening to K-pop probably around 2000.
You're an OG fan.
I'm an OG fan.
For sure.
Nice.
More even so than Tina.
Yeah. I started, I think, like, '05?
Yeah.
And that
Very
was
impressive.
And that was kind of, a little bit stepping in. And then around 2009 is when I became really obsessed with certain groups. So, and just really went headfirst into K-pop.
Dope.
And you've read Adrienne's stuff on K-Pop Stars, MTV. Who else am I missing?
I just released an article for New Jersey Monthly Magazine. That was my first print article. Actually, for KCON.
Hey, nice. Oh, cool. Okay, so KCON's getting in the print in Jersey because, KCON's this weekend. We were talking about this. KCON New York is going to Newark, New Jersey. They call it New York, but it's technically Newark, but let's call it New York area for lack of argument's sake. But yeah, no, we're so excited. Adrienne is moderating a panel I'm on. Wait, which one is it again?
It's from K-pop fan to K-pop professional.
Yeah, so I'm so excited. Adrienne is always professional and well-spoken, and you'll see that more. You'll totally see that on this podcast today, and I'm very much looking forward to.
So Adrienne's moderating and you're on the panel, or
Yes.
are you both on the panel?
Well,
Or I guess,
Adrienne's
like,
going to
technically
share
you're
her
gonna be
experiences.
speaking. Okay,
Adrienne's
yeah.
just our fearless leader and is
Right.
going
Well,
to
that's awesome.
going to take us and make it a great panel. So
And just keep us on course.
yes, so definitely check that out. I believe that is 2 p.m.
I believe it's 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
2
on Friday, the
on
24th.
Friday the 24th, and we're going to talk a little more about KCON coming up in our later in the episode. So stay tuned to that. But Adrienne, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you again.
Yes, we got to give quick updates for K-Stop. I'm kind of excited about this. Tina and I are going to be hosting Fuse's very first Facebook Live session this Thursday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss it. We are going to be, talking a little about all things K-pop as we always do on the K-Stop, but we're going to give a special kind of look at, really dive into the K-pop artists, what you guys want to talk to them about. We're talking with the artists right now and seeing what we can make happen at KCON. So we're going to be looking to you guys for what you want to talk to with, so many awesome people at KCON New York. There's BTS and 17 and Day 6 and Mamamoo and Ailey and so many great people there. So we're going to be looking to you for that. So be sure, if you're not a fan of Facebook, of Fuse on Facebook, find that right now. Click that little like button. And then at 4:30, we'll see you guys for a Facebook Live session. And Tina and I will be looking forward to seeing you on video. And last but not least, just in terms of news, we have to give a shout out to Cult Scene. You know Cult Scene,
I know
right,
Cult Scene.
Adrienne?
They are fantastic.
Just a great website in general. Like, I was even reading something, I think it was today, about they reviewed like the new Wonder Girls Buzz single or pre-release track or something. I'm like, oh, they're always just giving me really great content. So, but we really want to say thank you because they did this really awesome list of K-pop podcasts that for fans of Korean culture, and K-Stop was there, and we were really, really happy. And we shouted them out on Twitter, and everyone on our team was really happy. So you made us look really good. So thank you, Cult Scene.
Thank you so much. much.
Thank you, Tamar Herman, my dear friend who wrote that article. So thank you. And yeah, no, we were really, really happy. So we're only going to keep growing, only going to get better. So hopefully you guys keep tuning in and everything. So, as we get into today's episode, we always kick it off where we look at last week's top releases, and we always include a poll on Fuse.tv where we have you guys vote on what your favorite release of the week was. So, last week we talked about EXO's Monster, Yuna, Hotfelt, and Cheetah's Get It, and We Sung and LE's Hold Over. Now, Adrienne, what was your favorite release of last week?
Definitely EXO's Monster.
Really? I have a feeling that's what the fans are going to be into, but let's see. As expected.
As
As unexpected. No. With 99% of the votes, EXO killed the competition.
Wow.
Yuna and We Sung more or less tied with quite minimal.
With a minuscule number of votes.
Sharing that
Well, for the record, I went with Huisung.
Tina. I mean, I went with EXO because I love those pop songs.
Jeff was a very big fan of
But
both their
yes.
releases.
But we got a great episode for you guys today. So let's get right into the music. I'll let our special guest Adrienne decide which release she is most interested in chatting about today. Which one do you want to kick off with?
I think we should kick off with Sistar. I like that.
All right, let's
The
do
almighty
it.
Sistar.
Yes.
So yeah, Sistar. I mean, I once used this in an article. I called them like basically a band of 4 Katy Perrys because like everything they do turns. Tina's giving me a weird look right now, but hear me out, okay? Everything they do.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but
No, I mean
explain yourself.
I mean it in the sense that everything they do is a hit. Even when it's a group on their solo stuff, I feel like every time Sistar releases something, it just is a hit. Like kind of like how Katy Perry can get hit after hit after hit, no matter what it is. So that's what I meant by that, Tina. I don't mean talent-wise or whatever other kind of wise, but Sistar, the chart-topping girl group, they're here. They're back with. This is now their 5th year in a row releasing a summer single, maybe 6th year in a row releasing a summer single. And they're here with I Like That off their Insane Love EP. Now, what did you think of it, Adrienne? Because if you're so interested.
I loved the jazz samples that were throughout the song, and just the concept of the video was fantastic. Sistar, I feel like they've started to establish the sound of summer, like you said. Like this, just every summer they come out with a great song, and even it carries on into the winter. And I feel like I Like That could do the same thing. Yeah,
and I think we've always really known them for a while to be very like summery, happy. Like last year's Shake It was like money maker, rum break, like
Right, at the beach.
It's but they kind of, in my opinion, like scaled it back a little bit and didn't go for like cheese. I'm not gonna say cheesy. Bubblegummy, summery,
pop,
shimmering, pop hit. This was more a little sultrier. It was like
right.
I like the
I
horns.
kind of like their more sultry side when they released Alone. That was that was really, really super sexy without being like hoochie. Because I feel like I'm not gonna lie, like in the beginning, maybe not Shady Girl era, maybe like right after Shady Girl, they got a little hoochie in some choreography and some of their concepts, and I wasn't like super here for it. But it wasn't like it wasn't like a huge part of their catalog or career.
Right.
But I think overall they've really kind of had it be kind of like sexy, but not in a very like vulgar manner.
Oh yeah.
Still being very like fun but still kind of cute at the same time.
Yeah, no, and I really liked how there was, it's obviously a sensual thing, that they're doing a lot there, even the nude colored dresses, are kind of lending themselves to that look. But like, I thought there was a lot of interesting things, especially in the like music video, like with the silks and whatnot, and like they're on the floor.
Hold on. So did both of you like the overall like aesthetic of the video and the looks, what they were wearing, what the choreography?
I did, yes, because
I love the choreography.
Okay.
But not the looks.
I felt like I do feel like it's a different look for them.
Yeah.
Them. And I think it's a conscious effort to have a different look. I didn't like the look as much as I liked the choreography. I love the choreography.
Right. I would agree with that. I think other than maybe BoA's look, because she generally doesn't do like short black hair, and I was like, what the hell? Because I really like that her with long flowing hair, and that's just always been the look that she has pulled off. But this whole kind of like darker, like pale skin, dark hair look, I really liked it on her. However, I will say I'm not here for the outfits at all, like the pink, like the long pink ones.
Oh, you didn't like those?
No, I thought that those are so tacky. I hated them.
Really?
And I didn't like what they were doing. They look like curtain panels that they were holding up.
Harsh, Tina.
I did not. I was like, why do you even have those? They're like throwing. It looked amateur to me.
Really?
Yeah.
They're usually so fashionable and unique. And
it looked like they like went to like the closet, the Project Runway like reject closet, and took like scraps and started like throwing it around in the air. I don't know. It was very confusing because the song is so like jazzy and fun and bright, and then I don't feel like what they were wearing kind of reflected that. There's a little bit of a disconnect there for me.
I could see that, and I could see them being like, okay, we've done the summer thing now like 4 years in a row, all very bright, and you guys are always in swimsuits and blah blah blah, short shorts. Let's do something different. But then they're like, but we have this like, jazzy track. Okay, juke joint, jazz joint, old school, whatnot. Yeah, it kind of works, right? Like,
I think like was there one look that was more like a silky bluish silver look, like in the second half of the video. I like that one more. I just didn't like the pink ones at all.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, I think it was a shade of the pink too. It just didn't resonate with me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from what I can tell, though, it's doing well in Korea. I think it's been doing as they tend to do. But do you guys think this is going to have like sort of that lasting impact that I feel like the other singles kind of had?
I don't know if it's going to have the same impact as Shake It.
Yeah. Shake It was like everywhere. I feel like.
Or Alone even. I mean,
Alone was that's a great track.
Right.
I love that song. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely grown on me. I didn't love it at first, but
really? See, I thought musically, Shake It to me was a little, okay, this is like the YMCA. It's like, this is going to be played at everyone's wedding, and everyone's going to go on the dance floor and literally shake their butts just like how they did. But this to me, like, I really love the pre-chorus with Soyu and Hyorin, if I'm pronouncing that right. Like, they're kind of trading off on the pre-chorus, and then it goes in this really nice chorus, in my opinion.
I love Hyorin's parts. I think the girl always sounds incredible, but I really just liked her segments in the song. And I was surprised that Tassum actually got a decent number of lines. I'm like, okay, that's different.
I thought for
Not
sure.
mad about it, but I'm just...
It's like she's coming on into her own in a way.
It's just kind of rare, so I was like, I don't know how I feel about this since I don't experience or hear it that much.
100%. I thought after she got that first section, I was like, and that's her part. Won't see her anymore.
Yeah.
Here she
just fall back into the line.
Because that's kind of what happens with her most of the time. But, I'm really happy. She's grown on me as a person. So, yeah. Sistar.
Right. So, Jeff, you absolutely adore Sistar. Where would you place this single amongst their past singles? I don't know how far back you want to go, but
it's a great question.
It's better than Shake It. It's not better than Alone and Touch My Body. It's like, it's better than So Cool. It's like in my opinion, So Cool was like the beginning of like their hit after hit after hit after hit section. And I think it's like it's better than So Cool, but like songs like Loving You and Alone and Touch My Body.
I was just about to ask, Loving You is like the ultimate summery jam.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, songs don't get more bubblegummy, summery than that.
Yeah. Loving You is just so like breezy, and I just want to rollerblade down the
vocals are fantastic.
That video is so cute too. Oh, I love it. Yeah, so that is where I would place, it's and to be seen. I think it's kind of impact and where it lands ultimately with K-pop fans also going to kind of like cement its legacy more or less. But I think they brought something refreshing, which I was into.
Right. Yeah.
So as you guys always know, let us know what you think of Sistar or anything else we're talking about. Use the hashtag KStop on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Jeff__Benjamin.
And Adrienne.
Yeah, Adrienne, give us your handle.
I'm on Twitter at RetroGirlAddie.
Yes. Don't forget it.
How do you spell Addie?
Oh, yeah.
It's ADDY.
Like short for Adrienne, right?
Oh,
Yes.
okay, that makes sense.
Short
That
for
makes
Adrienne.
sense. And I am at hey_Tina with 3 A's.
Leave us a comment on iTunes. Leave us a rating on iTunes. Leave a comment on Fuse.tv. We see it all. So don't think that we're not watching, because we are. And Adrienne is too this time. Cool. Miss Tina, who's next on your list?
Let's go with my girl BoA and Benzino.
Yeah. Okay. We were going back and forth on what if we should talk about this one or not, but I'm really happy we did. So this is the latest.
It's been a minute since we've heard from her.
I know.
So.
Remember when we talked a little bit about BoA that one day with I think it was
her Eat You Up and her American debut and how that was grossly underrated.
And we were all nostalgic for BoA, and here she is with a new single for the SM Town. Now, is this for the EDM label, or is it just the weekly release?
And that's it.
Because it's tropical house.
Right.
It's fantastic.
It's very EDM, and Adrienne is going right off the gates.
I totally agree. I love it.
You guys love it?
Love it.
Just
Love
the
it.
video and the whole concept. It's fantastic. I would. This is probably, honestly, one besides EXO's Monster, one of the songs that I will listen to again and again and again for a long time.
Right. It's very kind of like, it's danceable, but it's not like, I don't know how to explain it. It's danceable, but it still feels very summery and fun and lighthearted.
Right.
And yeah, I guess I wasn't really sure what I expected from the two of them collaborating together.
Yeah.
And I guess I was like, oh, is it going to be kind of like that Taeyong and Verbal joint where, her song was very, pop and, mellow and laid back, and he had like a really great verse in the beginning. But I think Benzino I think he like flowed well in there too.
Yeah. I mean, well.
You disagree? You don't.
All right, so here's the thing.
No.
Here's the thing. Okay, so so it's called No Matter What. I forget if I mentioned that or not. But so I listened to the song, and I love the production. I love like the sound and everything. And I love BoA's vocals. I love Benzino's rap. I am wondering, did they create this song being like, here's the beat and here's what it sounds like? Because in my opinion, I almost think they don't totally sound like a perfect marriage. And I'm wondering if something like changed last minute. That's not to say I dislike the song or anything like that. I mean, I really like this song. This song is so on trend. It's perfect. It's literally, yesterday was the first day of summer. Like, it's right there with like, summer. Tropical House is like so, of the moment, very Kygo-esque, if you will. But I was like wondering, I'm like, was this really what they were going for? Because one, I wasn't even expecting BoA to even enter this territory, much less, do so well in it. But yeah, I kind of was curious about how this came together.
That's a great speculation because it's almost like his verse comes in at what seems like a very bizarre time.
Yes.
It almost seems too late.
Maybe that's what I'm picking up on.
Yeah, it did feel like a little bit
like
of an afterthought.
Behind a few verses, like, oh, well, you know what? We need to have, okay, we're going with this rhyme scheme or this structure, so now we need a rap to come in.
Right.
Benzino.
Okay, I totally get that. I guess I meant sonically, I didn't hate it. I thought they sounded good together, but I totally understand it. I was waiting for when he'd come in. I was like, when is he? I thought they would be a bit more, I guess, a bit more of a collaborative effort rather than him kind of just like stuck on the end real quick right there for a few bars. Yeah,
and I think
I understand that.
And you're actually rejiggering my thoughts because, like, with the Taeyong one, for example, his vocals got kind of brought into that song and he got kind of mixed into like I thought that was a really nice, like, lovely, like creative process or collaboration, whatever I'm trying to say.
For sure,
but they, this felt a little
disjointed.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm kind of like, how did this come together? But certainly am intrigued by it. I think I'm glad to hear this being embraced. This like, you know, they really just went for it. They weren't even trying to be like clever about it. They're like this is so, you know, Kygo tropical, you know.
And Adrienne, you liked the video, judging from your reaction.
I loved the video, and I feel like I like the fact that they went with animation, especially for BoA, because I feel like because she's a bit older in the sense of K-pop, I think this gave her a more refreshing look or like a better perspective for fans that may not have been exposed to her before.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Especially because it is a different sound for her too.
Yeah, at first when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, like it's animation. I don't like, sometimes I associate, sometimes when it's like not the actual artist and it's either like, you know, animation or if it's like a montage of concert clips or something, I'm like, is this a throwaway video? I'm going to be so upset. I watched it and I was like, this is actually really, it's really cute. And it was like very endearing to me. And like, I like the message of how, you know, no matter where you are, I'll always find you, no matter how far we are, you know, in the universe. And the two, the boy and the girl in the video, they ended up finding each other in the end. I just thought it was a very, like, nice moment and a nice video. But, I mean, it's probably not everyone's cup of tea if you don't like that particular style of, you know, art direction, if you will. I can see people not loving the video or watching it through more than once or twice.
And this isn't even SM's first animation thing this year.
Luna's have like a mixture of, you know.
Luna was half animation, half this. So is this a new trend? Did they hire some art director that really likes animation?
I guess. I don't know.
Or even from the perspective of cultural content, whether it's if you're going for a more global sound, go for animation, and then it's more export friendly.
Yeah, no, actually, because we were even talking about this in one episode, Tina, like, you know, they're really embracing these EDM sounds. That is less about the visuals and, you know, more embracing of new voices and different voices.
Definitely focus on sonic elements.
Yeah,
visual.
Right. So, hey, BoA, if that's what you're going to do
and
it.
It's like, it was doing very well on the charts.
Yeah.
So it seems like everyone is embracing it.
There you go, BoA. I mean, we love BoA. Do you love BoA?
I love BoA. Yeah.
I mean, who does?
She's one of the first female artists that I started listening to, and without even initially realizing that it was K-pop.
Yeah, I think everyone at some point has been exposed to BoA, whether they've been aware or not. Just because she's so prolific, she's been around since she was like 14 years old. You know, both in Japan and Korea. So whether you work in K-pop, J-pop, you know, and in China, you know, Chinese fans embraced her too, and she translated all of her songs in Chinese. So yeah, she was just everywhere for years.
I remember her English album before I heavily listened to K-pop. Her English language album coming up just on regular rotation, even on people's Pandoras.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
As you know, and I can only think of like Utada as another example of that.
Right.
Where
no, 100%. So BoA, we're happy. New music soon, hopefully. I love that last album she did, but But yeah, no, cool. Let us know, you guys. I mean, we always like hearing BoA memories, so let us know what you guys think because we love talking about her. And last but not least, I'll introduce this one. We got the sort of like a. So it's Sani, rapper Sani, and Raina of After School Orange Caramel fame. The single is called Sugar and Me, and this is their second collaboration after getting a really, really big hit in 2014, A Midsummer Night's Dream. It was one of my favorite songs of the year. And they're back again with another summery collaboration.
Now, is this is their second collaboration to date, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm assuming they just decided to do this just building off of the success of the first single.
I feel like they were kind of like,
I just
let's
feel
do
like
it
they're a
again.
very odd pairing to begin with. He's kind of like funky, kind of like dorky, and you know, is that guy who when he first debuted he would just make a lot of funny faces and be wacky. And then Raina's like this more kind of like cutesy but serious vocalist with big vocals, and so I guess like but hey, they like work well together. So
I know. Well, yeah. I mean,
it's like an odd visual pairing, but vocally, their vocals mix extremely well.
Yeah, and I remember even thinking like, okay, like when the first song came out, I was like, okay, this will be interesting. But I really, really ended up loving it and really liked that
song
track.
Did really well on the charts.
Exactly.
Like, killed it.
So I think they're kind of like looking for that second win to kind of bring it.
And this song
back.
is so very different.
Yeah,
production wise,
it's way more, a little more electronic, a little more like boppier, a little more.
It's I would say it's pretty summery. Yeah. It's I don't know. What did everyone think of? Not just the song, but also the very colorful, delicious music video.
I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of it all. I mean, maybe it's not. I really love the melodies in A Midsummer Night's Dream. I really loved all that was going on there.
It doesn't have the same emotional complexity or musical complexity.
Yeah, right, 100%. This one's a little more fun.
I like the name because it kind of and the concept because it does kind of it's almost mocking itself in a way that it's like junk food in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
No, exactly. If that was sort of like, the serious, are we or are we not? If the 2014 single was like, are we not, a couple or whatnot. This is like they're fun, like they've embraced each other and like, here we are. You're my sugar and I'm you and whatnot. So I'm all for it.
I like shyly taste you or whatever. I was like, whoa.
I was like, damn, Raina.
And I liked how they featured, is her name Toyoung from IOI?
Yeah, Tina's favorite girl group in the world,
Oh,
IOI.
yeah.
Well, here's my only issue with that is that I'm like, Pledis, you have literally all these trainee girls.
That was a little random.
You have two of them literally in the IOI.
Right.
And you put in this other, I was like, come on, what is going on?
I was a little bit confused.
But I do love Doyoung, and I think she's really awesome and pretty and talented. Right. So I was happy to see her.
She's very a safe choice.
Yes.
As the main visual in this video.
Yes.
That's my only hang-up. I found myself like reaching in my drawer for like my Sour Patch Kids. I was I need to go to the bakery. I need a macaron. I know, like they were like, oh my god, it was. And I really appreciated how in the very beginning, Sonny was sitting in a shopping cart with all those like 90s snacks, like freaking Rice Krispies treats, Lucky Charms. Even though I don't mess with Lucky Charms like that, but
just so you know, Tina doesn't really mess with junk food at all. She's very healthy. So the fact that she is
I love 90s snacks though. So
yeah, no, I loved the Krispy Kreme play off of. Yeah. Loved that one, because I love
donuts.
Yeah, well, one, I love donuts, of course, too. But yeah, no, I love like branding, like hokey branding, and I love when stars can kind of take that on there. So I was really into like a lot of things going on here. So I'm just a big fan of it all. I don't know. I hope it does. From what I could see, I think it did well on release. I kind of hope for similar results for them.
I just liked how they like really portrayed that decadence in that video. Just like
so
they really like each other and they're really into kind of like
it's almost like the early period of love where you
like
feel
the
like you're
honeymoon
addicted
phase
to the person.
And you're like
Oh,
that
I
sugar
love
addiction.
that.
Yeah.
That is so great. I love that connect. I love when we make metaphors. Oh, awesome, especially in K-pop. And shout out to the After School fans because this was the first time in 2 years their fan cafe was updated for this single. So you know what? There's hope yet for those After School fans like me.
Too,
yeah. So we'll
the fan cafe lives.
The fan cafe lives on. So let us know, of course, what you guys think of Sandy, Raina, BoA, Sistar, Benzino, all of us.
All right,
Let
let's
us
go
know.
around. What is everyone's pick for the week?
Who gets the pick of the week? Give me a moment. You guys go first.
I'm gonna go with BoA.
Adrienne.
I'm gonna go with BoA.
Okay. I've probably listened to BoA them. Oh, see, this is the thing is that I've listened to all these. I'm gonna just say Sandy, Raina.
What?
Tina, what?
I thought you were gonna say hands down Sistar, and then when you were hesitating, I was like, okay, it's between Sistar and BoA. And now you're like, wait, I'm going with Sonny.
I just really love
You're
that
full
last
of
track. I also really
surprises.
love Raina's voice. So you know what, Tina? I
Okay.
am full of
You
surprises.
I also know you love After School, so.
And the song, okay.
Uh-huh.
So yes, let us know what you guys know. You get to vote for a full week until we close the poll when we film next week's episode.
I'm like expecting Sistar to blow it out of the waters, but who knows?
You never know.
You
You never
surprised
know.
me, so I guess
That's
the
true.
poll results might be surprising as well.
Alrighty, so speaking of surprising, let's go to the charts. Every week we check
Ooh.
out the top 5 K-pop songs on US iTunes. And last week, if you guys remember, it was a full shutout from BTS and EXO. Let's see what happens this week, because then it's looking very similar, because at number 5 is Fire by BTS. Are you a BTS fan,
I'm
Adrienne?
definitely a BTS fan. So
Can't wait to see them this week. It's going to be so exciting.
I agree.
A full arena of BTS fans and other fans, of course, but because they clearly are feeling it, because at number 4 is Save Me by BTS. Still doing well. These songs will not leave. Number 3, Lucky One by EXO.
It's my second favorite song of the summer.
Yeah?
Really? Oh my god.
I love kind of 90s boy band sounds, and that's
So
just,
it's-
it nails it.
I'm really into this song is particularly grown on me. I can't stop listening to the flutes and the da da
I
da da.
might need to listen to it without the visuals or something. So I think the visuals really messed it up for me.
There's
Maybe.
a disconnect.
Yeah, they were okay. I'll listen to it again just by itself.
Give it a second shot.
Give it.
Number 2, Monster by EXO.
All right.
And number 1 is I Like That by Sistar.
Yay!
So they're doing quite well in America, at least. So there you go.
That's dope. Good for them.
So yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad someone could break up the BTS EXO situation, domination. And now, as we always do, we talk about the deep cut, or in our deep cut section, we're going into something that's trending in the K-pop community. We've spent a lot of controversies lately, but you know, we're going to be talking about something fun. We're going to be talking about KCON 2016 New York. Going to give our preview. So many things going on. You know, KCON New York has grown. Last year it was the debut KCON New York. It was one day, full-fledged. You know, 4 artists, I believe. It was Girls' Generation, AOA, Teen Top, and VIX. And now it's grown to 2 days, more than doubled the amount of artists. Like we said, BTS is headlining. We've mentioned some artists before. Just real quick, you know, first and foremost, what are you guys most excited about, or what are you in particular looking forward to?
Besides BTS, definitely Ailey, because
Ah.
I've never seen her perform live.
Me neither. Yeah,
And she spent her high school years in New Jersey.
Jersey
So
girl.
she's a Jersey girl. I'm really psyched to see her return to New Jersey and perform.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the
Right.
Jersey connection.
Yeah.
She's a Jersey girl.
She's a Jersey girl. And Mamamoo. Mamamoo, just their fandom is so fantastic. And I really was intrigued. Initially, I wasn't a big Mamamoo person, but after seeing them at South by Southwest,
You're at South by
I was about to
Southwest.
ask if you were there for that.
it was fascinating to see their fans there.
Yeah.
Because they have especially a strong female fan base.
Really?
And they were just really, they gave a strong show of support for the group, and their vocals were just out of this world.
Oh, yes.
And so I'm just really, I love live and like live strong female vocals, and so I'm
Absolutely.
really psyched for Mamamoo and Ailey in that aspect.
Yeah, they really received a great response from South by.
Yeah,
South by
because they were probably the most K-pop-y group there. I think Dean was also there, but he's kind of in a
he's
little
like
different.
That alt.
Zion T.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zion T, exactly. Those were maybe the more R&B side of things, but they were
Right.
so that's kind of cool to hear that in particular. So, what about in terms of panels, guests, other people?
In terms of the panels, besides anything that I'm involved in, I'm really
Duh, what you have to see. East Coast, represent us. Be sure to show up from K-pop fan to K-pop professional.
Exactly. Please do. And I'm really, really excited and I am involved in this panel, but that's not why I'm pushing it. One of my favorite panels in KCON LA last year was cross-cultural, I think it's called like cross-cultural perspectives on Hallyu.
Yes.
Or cross-cultural clashes in Hallyu.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal in the sense that it opens up some of the topics that people don't necessarily always like to discuss about K-pop.
Yeah, of course.
But there's also a lot of positive feedback that comes out of it, and
That's cool.
And it's an interesting dialogue. I'm also really psyched for the Bad Rap panel. I saw the premiere of the film at Tribeca, so I think it's neat that it will be at KCON New York.
Nice. So it's going to be the people who created it are going to be talking.
The director and I believe some of the cast will be there as well.
Cool. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, I didn't know that. So I'm very excited about that too now. Damn. Yeah. I mean, personally, yeah. I mean, of course, other than from, me and Adrienne's from K-pop fan to K-pop professional, or all the other panels I'm on. And by the way, the KCON app is so cool, by the way. Shout out to the KCON app, because if you guys haven't downloaded it, go to like the App Store, the Android Google Play Store, and you can literally you can find Adrienne. I think is the first person. If you look at stars and schedule,
it's alphabetical.
No, you're there because you're the top star.
No.
Stop it. Oh no, if you click on lineup, Adrienne Stanley right there, number 1. Aw, such a cute photo. Yeah, we got oh, you're on that panel too, the cross cultural one.
I am on that
Yeah.
panel.
That's really great that it's so easily accessible, the schedules, and because when there's such an event of that, of that scale,
Yeah.
there's a lot happening.
Exactly. Find me, of course. I'm there too. But you have to scroll down a little for the J's. And yeah, no, there's so many cool. I saw something about Korean snacks, which I'm really excited about. I really want to know what that is.
I'm here for the food.
Hashtag yes, 100%.
There seems to be a lot more food programming this year.
Yeah. Do you think that? Oh, I wonder if that's for a reason or something. I don't know. I'm very interested. They've done a really good job about bringing more beauty stuff in recent years.
I remember last year they had something beauty related, and that did pretty well.
Yeah. No, I'm so excited. There's so many they're really, it's clear that KCON, if last year was the test year, I think this year they're going full fledged. They're hey, we're really committing to this. Look, it's 2 days now. I'm really curious to see. Adrienne, you remember this? Last year, they kind of it was half the arena. They halved the performance. I really wonder if they're gonna do the whole arena. Tina, you were there last year, right?
I was there last year. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I thought it was given that it was quote unquote a test run.
Yeah.
I thought they pulled it off and did a really, really great job.
Yeah.
And yeah, for a first year, it was fantastic. I'm excited to see how this year will stack
How
up.
it all works out. Yeah. Fuse is going to be there. We're going to have our video crew there. It's going to be a lot of awesome stuff there. So you guys definitely, if you can remember this, it's if you do fuse.tv/event/KCON, you can see all our KCON coverage. We're going to be talking with people, doing fun stuff.
I hope they have more kind of surprise appearances on offshoot stages.
Yeah.
If you remember, one of the members of VIX was a surprise judge for the dance battle or something. And
I was sitting right next to him.
Yeah, that was oh yeah, you were. Sorry, my bad. I forgot. But
and
yeah,
I was
a
the
huge
surprise get. No, I'm kidding. No, I was not.
And fans love things like that.
Yeah, no, and I think I can't. Now my mind's blurring. I don't remember if it was. I thought it was New York. I think it was New York. I think Teen Top ran into the middle of
They did.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm correct. Yeah,
Yep.
they came in and did a quick dance thing or met some
At
fans.
the Verizon tent.
Yeah, I'm so into that. I just love the idea that you could just be there as a K-pop fan and Mamamoo can walk out
you're
and
smack in the middle of everything.
yeah, it was so fun and so spontaneous, and I'm so into that. So I really hope there's more embracing of that. So that would be so cool.
I appreciate that. It's one of those music events where interaction with fans doesn't seem like it's impossible. Exactly.
So into that. And last but not least, of course, Adrienne, you have a special project that's going to be announced at KCON New York, which I am extremely intrigued about and want to hear more.
So at KCON New York, we're basically premiering the launch of How Do You Hallyu, which is a little difficult to say. But How Do You Hallyu, it's a multi-concept. There's multiple concepts to it. That's the best way to describe it. Including an interactive website where we're going to, in the future, kind of roll out some fun stuff for fans to kind of interact and give us some of their feedback. But ultimately, How Do You Hallyu is a documentary. And it's a documentary about the Korean wave. And it's not just K-pop itself, but or K-drama, but even things like beauty and food, which have really just exploded in recent years.
Yeah.
Just to give kind of the examples of why we decided to do it. The people that are involved with the project, we've been collecting and compiling video and interviews and just things that we may not have found a place for initially for the past 4 years. And we would hear stories like, most recently, one of the most interesting stories I heard recently was from a documentary filmmaker who is very established. She's, I would say, probably in her 40s, and she just recently released a pretty big project. And if you saw her on the surface, you would never think she's a K-pop fan. And I started talking to her, and this was totally unrelated to How Do You Hallyu. And she said, "Oh, you like K-pop? Well, years ago, I was really obsessed with this one group, Girls' Generation. I love Girls' Generation." And, here's this woman that just, if you saw her on the street, you would never think this is a K-pop fan.
Sure.
And, then she just started just raving about Girls' Generation.
Right.
And so that's pretty much one of the bases of How Do You Hallyu, is looking at how so many different people throughout the world are interacting with Hallyu. For the panel, we have a KCON panel, and for the panel, one of the best stories is Eugene is a DJ in New York, Koreatown. And he was recently sent to Peru to participate in a KEDM festival, or a short KEDM tour. And his experience was wild. Basically, there was a Koreatown in Lima, Peru.
Lima, Peru.
That is more Peruvian than Korean run.
Uh-huh.
And just he commented on seeing Peruvian kids, tons of them walking around with BTS face masks in 80-degree weather and raving about BTS.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
And so it's things like that. We have 2 sisters who we recently filmed that they're from Algeria. They're Algerian American. They live in New Jersey. They're students at Rutgers, New Jersey, and they're basically discussing a flash mob in Algeria that's for VIX. So it's
amazing.
Things like that, but then also combined with feedback from experts and artists and people that are involved in the industry as well.
Love it. Cool.
Sounds
oh my gosh.
amazing.
When you say global, you really do mean.
Right.
Really. And we have footage from KCON Paris. I mean, that's basically the culmination is when you think about KCON, and that's why we chose to really launch it at KCON. You think about how it started in 2012 in LA and how it's grown to what it's really become now.
Yeah, I mean, there's KCON France, KCON Abu Dhabi, KCON all over the place. So yeah, no, it's okay. I totally see where you're going with that. That KCON is the perfect metaphor, for example, of what this really represents. So that's awesome. To give everyone the quick update, that is on Saturday, June 25th, 3:30 to 4:30, panel 2. How do you hallyu?
Yes.
Well, everybody, this has been an excellent episode of K-Stop, if I do say so myself. Adrienne, can I ask you one question?
Sure.
I have thought this, I noticed this a long time ago on Twitter or something, and you wrote something on Twitter, and you said you were mentioned. I think you were saying thank you to our friend Lai, and you said thank you for reinvigorating my K-pop spirit or something. And I always wondered what you meant by that, and I've been meaning to ask you about it. And just kind of, can you give some insight about that? I meant to ask you this actually much earlier too, if you don't mind.
It was funny because I feel sometimes it's easy to, if you're working as a professional, to kind of lose the same love that you had when you were a fan of K-pop, and you become sometimes kind of jaded by, I started catching myself when you're jaded by even meeting some of your favorite artists, for real, and kind of giving the check. My personal thing was in December, I had the opportunity to go to Hong Kong for Mama. And that was wonderful.
Oh my goodness.
But it was also on the backside of it was almost like having too much dessert at once.
Sure.
And then I came back and I felt well, what am I doing now?
Yeah.
How do I follow this up?
Yeah.
And it's funny because that just started like with what happened was just having another great experience.
Okay.
And that's what it was. Like she just really, it was meeting someone that helped you see in perspective why you loved this so much.
Aw.
And just having that fire sparked again.
Did that come via, was it a dynamic duo interview or
Yes.
a show? I knew it. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And they're going to be at KCON.
They're going to be at
this New York.
KCON.
Full circle moments. Oh, I love it. I always been meaning to ask you about that. And
That's
I'm
what
glad
that
I got to
was.
do it in person on K-Stop. So thank you.
The spark is alive again.
The Spark is alive again. Spark is always alive on K-Stop, people. So let us know. Hit Adrienne up, hit Tina up, hit me up, hit us all up whenever. We love seeing the comments. Yeah.
Absolutely. And once again, Adrienne, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
It's just great to have, a third voice in the conversation.
If you
Not
were
that I
sick
don't
of
enjoy just speaking with Jeff one-on-one.
That's
but
Tina saying, get some
No.
fresh faces in here. No, just kidding. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Thank you again to Adrienne. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
So, K-Stop. Thanks, y'all.
As always, yep, this has been Jeff.
And this is Tina.
And this is Adrienne.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.